Finally found a way to better articulate the answer to a question that I get quite a bit. Jihi has asked it, so I'm gonna maybe make this video for him. But overall, quite a few people have asked. The question is focused on, when do I get out of a trade? Like, how do I know it's reversing? When do I get out? When do I add? How much am I taking off? Right? Like those questions around the nuance of trading. So first things first, I am a compound swing trader, right? And pretty much a day trader. I'm a day trader and compound swing trader. So I'm trading weekly contracts. So this strategy that I'm about to lay out is really just focused on that type of trading. If you're holding for a longer period of times, this doesn't really affect you. All right. So today, NVIDIA, I entered when it was still an inside day, off of, let me find it, this Fiverr. Right? So this is my first entry. The nuance of entering at the open is there's a lot more volatility, and I already know when I enter that I'm going to have to likely hold through some bullshit, right? So I'm in here and my stop is the low of day. The reason why I like this trade is because it's a wickless day. Okay? So this was my exit. This is a really big exit because it's Wednesday, right? And I'm trading weekly contracts. So I'm in a, I think July 3rd. Yeah, I'm in a July 3rd contract. So this is a pretty big stop. With that said, I did exit once we hit, I exited when we came back to ADR, right? Because I want to make my profit. I also understand I have half a day left of trading, right? Because we're going to close at 1 o'clock tomorrow. So I'm not trying to lose any of these gains, right? So we go up, I take this exit on this red candle here. Let me zoom in. This red candle, when it comes back through, I'm out. Like, I'm not trying to mess around here. I also know that I'm an inside day, right? But this being wickless down here is giving me confidence to long, right? It's also NVIDIA, which is just like, that already has a base level of confidence to long. Okay, so that's what I did originally. And then I get this. Inside 15er, right? This is my second entry on NVIDIA. So I enter here, and now the answer to the question, right? Really quickly, still an inside day, right? Look at my entry. I'm right here. So this green bar would still be inside, okay? So the question of, when do I exit? How do I know how to exit? I don't want to give away too much profit. Totally fine and makes sense. You have three options, right? You exit at your targets, 1. You exit when something comes against you, 2. Or you don't exit and you let it hit your final target, right? So you should have multiple targets when you're trading a stock. And if you want to do number 3, the caveat to that is you're gonna have to live through a pullback. So if you know yourself well enough to know, like, living through pullbacks just does not work for me, that's just not how I trade, then you're gonna have to go with option 1 or 2. So option 1, this would be target 1. I'm gonna put daily target, but you get the gist. And actually, ADR would be the first target, right? Which is where I took my first. So this ADR 1, that's ADR 2, right? So target 1, target 2. If we come back to that, or not even if we come back, like we hit that, I'm taking partial profit, right? We keep going, great. But I've already taken partial profit. Like, I'm not going to lose on this trade. Okay. So that's option 1, right? And then every time you hit a target, you're taking more profit. You also had a target. So this line that says add was also the daily trigger. So that's another target, right? So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 opportunities to take money at my targets. And this would actually be the 5th, but we didn't ever hit it. So as I'm moving up, I'm taking money, right? That's my number 1 option. Number 2 is to wait for something to go against me, right? So I hit my target. I'm on the 5, likely. I hit my target, and then I'm looking at 5s to come against me, right? So there's also been some confusion around, when do I look at the 5? When do I look at the 15? When do I look at the 30, right? If I enter on the 15, I'm going to let the 15 run, right? The time that I start looking for a 5 against me is after I have hit my target. It's not during the move to it, right? So if I enter here, I'm going to take this blue line away. If I enter here on this inside 15, right? This is my entry. I need to wait for this candle to close and for this candle to close. But once this candle hits my target, I'm moving to the 5 to get out if anything comes against me, because we know when things hit their targets, they sometimes reverse, right? So what happened to me on NVIDIA, because I was looking for more targets, like I'm going to be a type 3 person, right? And I know that that means I'm going to have to live through some pain. So when it hit this, I'm staying in the trade. I'm taking that, like, I want to say around here, because I got in down here. Around here, I want to say it was around like 80% profit. And I just held through that. That 80% went to like 50 something. But I know that ultimately I need to trigger at least the day. And then I had this next target here. So I just lived through those 10 minutes, right? Not great. Don't love it. Try not to look at your P&L. But I trade knowing, like, or having confidence that my things are going to hit like all of my targets, right? If that's not you, you don't have to be that person. Take your 80% here and get back in right here, right? It's actually a smarter logic. So anyway, we went up to here and it did like 80 something, or sorry, not 80, 180 something percent. And then once that happened, so options, right? It hits this target. And if it wicks off of a target like this, like it's so close, it doesn't hit it, but it's so close. Sarah says, don't be a D for a T, right? Like just take it. So you can either take it up here or you can wait for something against you, which would be this, right? This aggressive 5-minute shooter right off of target. Like this is your exit. Okay. If you want to wait till it crosses something, then fine, but you're going to be losing a percentage of your profit. So I hope that makes it a little more clear. I know that there's still obviously quite a bit of nuance in it, but that is how you should be looking at trading this stuff, right? So if you're a number 1 person, take profit at targets, period. Number 2 person, take profits around your target if something goes against you. Number 3 person are the people that are just holding. Like, I'm holding for this target, I don't care, right? And by I don't care, I mean there's a stop in there somewhere, but I'm not looking at the 5 panicking about any sort of pullback. I know pullbacks are going to happen. It is what it is kind of situation, right? And that for me is also looking at the hour, right? Because all of that's happening during this hour, right? When you have a 60 against you, it's not ideal. And I can understand you like maybe taking some profit there. So those are the 3 sort of profit taking types. I hope that helps. And yeah,